Hi guys, thanks for joining me today. I'm Marilyn. On this video, I'm going to take this little notebook that I got at the Dollar Tree store. It's their Jot brand, and it has some beautiful blingy pink glitter on it. What I'm going to do is find an image online, bring it into Cricut Design Space, clean it up, and then I'll cut some Infusible ink out with my Cricut Joy. Now you can use any Cricut machine you want, it's just that it's going to be a small design and this is very light. Then I'll iron it on with my Easy Press 2. Again, you could use a different size, you could use a heat press, whatever you typically use with your Infusible ink. Now, as always, if you haven't subscribed, please consider doing so. If you like the video, please give me a thumbs up. And then if you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, leave them in the comment section below. For the front of my notebook, I just want a really simple picture of a light bulb because that signifies ideas. So I'm going to click on light bulb. I'll go to images. Now let's go ahead and click on right here where it says clip art. And then, oh, there's what I like right there. Okay, so I want this image. I'm going to go ahead and drag it to my desktop. So that's good. I can go ahead and close that out. I'll say upload, upload image. I'm going to browse my desktop, and it came in as this unknown PNG. Okay, so here it is so far. I'm just going to click on moderately complex. For this image, it really wouldn't matter which one you choose. I'll click on continue. Now, this is not a good file yet. Let me show you what this would cut like. That's what it would cut like, not good. So what I need to do is click on this select and erase tool. And then anything that I don't want to cut, I click on and it'll go away. So I'm going to click on the outside. Now this would be solid. Let's look at this. And then let's go ahead and blow this up some. Okay, we'll preview that again. It's not perfectly clean there, but I think I can live with that with a little bit of cleanup. Now, I want this to be open, or do I? Yes, I want this to be open, so I'll click on it to make it go away as well. Okay, let's go ahead and click continue. And we'll click over here. So I'm on the cut side. I'll click upload. Now let's bring that in and see if it's very clear. Okay, so it's much better than I thought it would be. I think I want the width of my design to be about 3 inches wide, so let's see how tall that makes it. Okay, so the way it is now, I can see that it's just over 5 inches tall. And I have 6 inches in height to work with. Now here's the next question. Obviously, the light bulb signifies ideas. But if I want to get more infusible ink on my page, I could type ideas. Then let me see. I like a free one that I have on my system called Hobo Standard. There it is. So I could fit that inside. Ooh, I have an idea. I could put it on top and then go ahead and curve it similar to the curve of the light bulb. I think I'd want to go ahead and decrease the letter spacing. Okay, now I can increase that curve again. Okay, I could put it on top. I think it'd be cute inside though. That way I can have my light bulb still be really large. So let me go ahead and make that smaller. I think I can go ahead and curve it just a little bit more. Once again, I'm going to decrease the letter spacing because once you curve it, they spread out. Okay, now can you tell what that says, or did I make it too curved? Let me undo that curve a little bit. That probably looks a little better. Now I'm going to ungroup those so that I can move that I over just a little bit. Whoops, I have the D. Let's go back. I can click the I right here so I know I have the right one. Okay, that D likes me. Let me go ahead and blow my screen up, make it a little easier. Okay, I like that. So my overall size is 3 by a little over 5. Let me look and see if I move the light bulb up just a little bit, if that looks better. Okay, I like that. So I'm going to go ahead and click over here, holding Command down, which I think on a PC is the Shift. Hold the Shift down, click all your letters, and then I want to go ahead and attach those together. I also need to attach them to my light bulb when I'm sure they're in the right place. Okay, so to make sure they're centered, I'll select my light bulb and my word. I'll click Align, Center Horizontally. Okay, that's where Cricut thinks it should be, but notice I think this is a little closer than this is. So I'm actually going to rotate this a tiny bit and move it over to the left just a little bit. Okay, I'm going to go with that. I think that looks good. So now I'll attach everything. With Infusible Ink, you need to mirror your image. I can either come up here and say flip horizontal if I'm a little bit worried about forgetting. Let me undo that. Okay, so now I would say make it. I'm going to use my mat. Then right here I would say mirror. So whichever one you think will work best for you, go ahead and use that. If you're afraid you might forget to mirror it, which is pretty easy to do, then I would say go ahead and mirror it on your design. So I'm going to go ahead and say continue. Now let's go up here and browse for Infusible Ink. Okay, Infusible Ink transfer sheet. We'll say done. I'm just going to go with default pressure. I need to make sure my fine point blade is in. I think I have my deep point blade in. I'll turn the camera around and we'll be ready to make this design. Now here's the notebook. And I really like this design, but I think this design will show up a little bit better. So I'm going to go with this dark purple. Now this does not look like the same color, but as this gets heat added to it, that's going to darken up. So we'll go ahead and take that out. I don't have a full sheet, but I have plenty for this project. Okay, my design's in the top left corner. And then you don't want to put your hands on this a lot if they're not super clean. So you could lay a piece of paper over it and really rub that down, or if you have a brayer, the brayer works nicely. Now the Cricut light's flashing, so it's ready for me to load my material. And you know what? Earlier I said I had my deep point blade in. I was thinking about my maker, not my joy. So I have the right blade in. I just made sure it was clean. Now once I slide this up, a sensor's going to see it and it's going to pull it in. Then once the joy knows it has enough material, then my computer screen prompts me to go ahead and start the cut. Now that it's done, my computer's prompting me to click unload, and it'll unload my mat. Okay, that looks like a really nice cut. Now, it's a pretty deep cut. It cut through my plastic right here. but I think I'll be okay. So I'm just going to weed this with my hands. I don't ever use a weeding tool on the Infusible ink. I'm worried about scratching it. Then to get those centers out, you can just fold back what you want to keep and just pull off what you don't want. Okay, I know this seems like really small scraps, but you would be amazed at the uses you can find for these scraps. So we'll just keep that. Then I just need to take off what's all the way around my light bulb. That looks great. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and turn on my Easy Press 2. I want my temperature set for 385. And then I want my timer set for 45. Okay, actually, I want that set for 40 seconds. Now, when that's up to temperature, we'll be ready to put this on. Okay, I'm going to use my pressing mat, and then on top of my pressing mat, I just have a paper towel. You're supposed to use cardstock or something like that. I don't think there's any way the ink's going to get through this cardboard front, so I'm not too concerned about it. Now I do need to make sure my heat press is not on top of the spiral, or it's not going to be down firm enough against the Infusible ink. Now the paper is a little bit sticky, but I think I'll put a couple of pieces of heat-resistant tape on top just to be sure it doesn't shift. If it shifts a little bit while you're putting your press down on it, it can cause what's called ghosting. It just looks a little blurry. Then on top, I have a piece of paper just to protect my Easy Press 2. All right, so here we go. I don't know if this will work. I think it will, but I haven't tried it yet, so let's see. Now I did put a lot of pressure on that because with the glitter not being very smooth, I wanted to be sure the Infusible ink was touching everywhere. So, I don't know that that took. Okay, it did. Kind of hard to tell with the lights on. Let me see if I turn off my main light, what happens. Okay, that's better. So it did take, it shows up. There's not as much contrast as I thought there would be, but it is really cute. Look how much ink is left on the back of this. I'm going to go ahead and try to press it a little longer. I just have to really be careful to line it up exactly. All right, let's go for it. Okay, I turned it up to 395. All right, let's see if it did any more. I think there's maybe a little less ink left on that. Ooh, that's hot. What do you think? You think it darkened up at all? Okay, well, I think that's pretty cute. Thanks so much for sticking it out till the end. Until my next video. Bye-bye.